So I'm knocking this house down here, and ultimately I had to have a plumber dig a hole here, dig a hole there, and put a cap on both pieces of pipe. They also had to look in the basement of this house and just write a little letter that said that there was no tank in the basement, which there isn't. So I was getting estimates before I found out my buddy was licensed here and could do it for me. Now, my buddy's a good friend of mine. I always take care of him and his vehicles, so he takes care of me and my plumbing stuff. So he came here, and one of my workers did the digging. He did this job in 1 hour and 20 minutes with $30 worth of stuff. So these plumbers were telling me $2,100 to $2,500. Now, I understand everybody needs to make a living, and I think that everybody deserves to make an honest day's pay for honest day's work. But $2,100 for 1 hour and 20 minutes and $30 worth of parts is ridiculous. It's absurd. And the mechanic will look you in the face and say, well, that's what they get. It's because the world has been trained by plumbers to think that everything is that exorbitant, and they just say yes. So unless you're like me, who doesn't want to pay that money, you know, you're going to get screwed and suck it into spending $2,100 for this work. Yeah, and I know they got this insurance. I already checked the pricing. Kind of like car insurance. Not as big of a deal as they made it out to sound when they were using it as an excuse to say, well, I have that insurance and it costs me so much money, I need to charge you that kind of money. You know, I could totally understand that a guy would charge me $1,000 for this work. So I'm reasonable. I wouldn't mind seeing this guy make $970 in 1 hour and 10 minutes. I think a plumber deserves to make that kind of money. But $2,100 in 1 hour and 20 minutes because of your stupid insurance, that's straight up bullshit. You know, and you wonder why you don't have consistent work. You're wondering why you're complaining that, you know, every job is hit or miss and you're lucky to have them. It's because you screw everybody and overcharge. And I'm talking about a particular plumber who gave me the price and explained that, you know, it was hard and he didn't have work. So ultimately, I found a friend of mine. I didn't even realize that he had the license. He's in and out of my shop, and I always do the right thing by him. And I work on all the stuff, and he feels like, hey, I owe you. I want to do the right thing by you, so I'll do it for you. So he did it for me, and it's done. 1 hour and 20 minutes. My guy dug the hole. I did that so he didn't have to, and it's done. $2,100 for 1 hour and 20 minutes and $30 worth of parts is straight up bullshit. I don't care what you do for a living. It's utterly ridiculous. It's not like you're an attorney with 200 people in an office doing paperwork, so you have to charge exorbitant rates. You know, if that was a job here on a car, it would cost about $200, a little less. That's what I would charge for that time and that much out on parts. I would charge about $200. But plumbers, they don't have to support this building. They have to pay insurance like I do, and a lot less than what I pay. And they have a van, and they feel entitled to make $2,100 in 1 hour and 20 minutes. And I don't care what end of the spectrum you're from. Everybody deserves to make a living, and I think $1,000 would have been reasonable, and I would have just paid it and moved on. But because he's so damn greedy, the 2 or 3 guys I dealt with, because they were so damn greedy, and they wanted $2,100. One guy even wanted $2,500 because of his special insurance that cost a lot less than my normal insurance. You know, I don't tell customers I got to pay a lot of money in insurance and I got to overcharge you. I just do the job. But plumbers, they have a niche, you know, and there's a shortage of them here in Long Island. And they get to bang people in the ass for as much money as humanly possible. Well, I wasn't taking it in the ass this day, and that's why I knocked that shit out for $30 out of pocket, a favor to and from a friend, and my worker digging a hole, so I'm going to buy him lunch.